Jamie, how's it going, man? I'm gonna really struggle to see the camera today now. It's so dark. I'm not sure. Can you guys see that? How's it going, guys? Just got one rod out at the moment. The one on the left is out, and I'm just getting the second one ready. I have no idea how good this stream is going to go, or if it's going. There is a series. Give it away. For the spot. Please don't say it. But it does look good today. A dirty, rotten wind. Yeah, guys, I'm hopeful today. No, it does look good. Like I said, there is a dirty, rotten wind blowing though. So outside of the back of the car, you can't actually hear anything. I do have a thing for that, don't I? No, somehow I managed to lose my stand that I was using. So we're back to the old kind of flimsy stand. Yeah, it looks really good. The wind is north to east. So we are. So we're going to go 2 O's is the smallest hook we're using today. So hopefully there's a few fish around with it. Raise is the main plan. I got a phone call from a guy and he said to me he was out here, it's down by his land, and he said there was a pile of fish when he was swimming with the kids. So hopefully there's a few still around for us. Mackerel, crab, sand eel is the 3 main baits. I did bring a few lug because he told me that you can get a few bass here as well. Now this isn't the spot that I fish normally. Mr. Platt, how's it going? Johnny, it's not inch, unfortunately. I wish it was. I heard good things lately. Luke, how's it going, man? So I've got one rod out already, guys. I wasn't too sure where this stream work at all. Yeah, Joe, man, it's a good spot. We're kind of in between rocks and stuff as well, so I am hopeful that there'll be something. There's a small bit of weeding close, which is making things a bit annoying because I have to stay back a good bit, obviously. Dave, how's it going, man? So I'm going to, once I get this second rod out, I'm going to have a look and see can I find that other stand, because it's a way more reliable than the one that was €3 in Wish. Who could have thought it? So large sand eels, or pretty large anyway, and mackerel is the 2 baits that I'm going to put out first. That's what I have on the other rod. So we're just going to get the fixed spool one out and hopefully just a bit further. So I'll just show you there a nice short 2-hook rig, only about 3 foot and 1.5 foot snoods. Proper stand. Jeez, that sun is blinding here. This hopefully is going to help a bit. So just bear with me there now, guys, till I get this. That you do get a few bass, yeah. I did bring some lugs. Bear with me. Back up on the proper perch. So. Professional today, lads. Action, despair, and it's going to be a bit of a pain. So I'm hoping this doesn't cut out too often, lads. But it is possible that we're going to get a bit of grief off it. Let's see, can we get on? Darren, how's it going? Mark, William. Scroll back there because I missed a lot of the guys that were on. Anthony, Ken. Paul, Kevin, Jamie, just a pile of lads on today. It's great to see everyone on. Robbie, how's it going, man? Yeah, I really hope so. Mr. Platt and Joe Pro. It does look good for it. I should get that there's a bit of weed on the left rod hopping there. Oh, guys, back in action. I'd hoped that it was going to be okay. So we'll just record the set. It doesn't. It was so. I won't say, but I am on that side. I'm on the south side of the bay. Across from the spa there. Gary, I really hope they do, man, to be honest. Things are getting better, like, you know, there's a lot of countries reporting no new cases and other countries reporting falls in their cases. It's all going to we're going to figure out, I'd say, the next couple of weeks, really, whether the easing of the lockdown is going to make a big effect. I know that I see a lot of guys around town that are out just for the sake of it. But they were out for the sake of it anyway. They weren't adhering to any lockdowns like the rest of us. At all. So I think they're the guys that are going to continue to put everyone else in danger, but they're not going to follow the rules regardless. But I really hope it does go ahead. I'm starting to get pretty confident. Like, I spoke to a guy today who has a holiday booked for the start of August, and he was going to cancel. But now he's got the feeling that it's actually going to go ahead. So, positive thoughts and all that, like. I know I'm looking forward to it. Ray, how's it going? Ben, yeah. Bit of sand today. Like I said, the guy, if you do know where it is, guys, keep it yourselves. Because, in the spot. Brendan, you're right there, yeah, no quarantine requirements, but like, that could all change if, like, I did pass two English Ridge camper vans along the way out here, and it wasn't a long drive, I can tell you that much for nothing. It's a very, very short drive. Essex Foraging and Fishing, I like the sound of that channel. I must have a look. I did a bit of foraging there myself a couple of days ago, and sadly enjoyable. Back to being a kid again. Now, no luxury of pre-peeled crabs. Great crack. Great celebration as well when, like last year. Essex Foraging and Fishing there. Drop a comment on one of my videos, will you, so I can check out your channel. Like I said, no pre-peeled crabs today, unfortunately. I'll give you a good one, lads. A few weeks ago, they announced that we'd be able to do the 2 kilometres. So I didn't have any crab myself. Rang up one of the lads local that does crab. Came out, put him into the bucket after the dinner, and came out the next day ready to go fishing. All the crab died. Couldn't figure it out. Figured out that there was bleach leaking into the bucket, or dripping into the bucket. So 30 prime peelers had to go into the compost patch. So watch out what's dripping in your shed, that's what I would say. They were the cleanest peelers going, but they were also some of the deadest. Like I said, I have that one on the left out about 15 minutes, so I'll get that one in now. See if we've got anything going on it. I have an up and over rig ready for that one. And a nice mackerel bait on it. So we'll see what the story is there. How many of you guys in the UK are going fishing tomorrow? Now that freedom has been granted. Right, that should be... I better judge it off the tyres there now. So. No dice on the first one. It's funny actually, guys. I was just as I was going to cast, I turned around. There's a seagull just hovering over the car there. So came very close to being treated to a seagull swooping into the car and grabbing my bait, which would have been a disaster. I like to hear it. What's the fishing like in and around Essex and foraging and things? Is it a good spot for it, or? Yeah, a few guys not able to get out yet. So I have to say I'm happy to have some viewers for another couple of days at least anyway, until they change it. I was listening to the Stormont Assembly today, and they were almost civil to each other above there. Almost. But what can you do? Hopefully we get a bit of movement for Scotland and Wales and Northern Ireland. Four guys are tormented completely. Now with the crab bait, the fixed spool rod. I know there's a few bass around here as well, so I might go back on my word to not use any small hooks and stick out one with the 1/0s on, which isn't too bad. We're back again. I saw something on the Welsh angling page earlier that they were actually allowed to go as well, but I wasn't sure, was that confirmed or was it just a rumour, or what was the story? Fintan man, it's over the other side across from the spa, but I can't tell you the spot exactly. There's a guy that messaged me and he told me that he saw some fish here. He watches a bit of the videos on the channel. He said he saw some fish here, but I could read it kind of gets down through his land a bit, so he didn't want a load of guys arriving. Which was dead sound of him, in fairness. I'm going to try keep a fresh bait going nearly all the time now. So I'm going to get the fixed spool rod in. Even though there is big baits on it. I think I'm going to get this over there and give it a few minutes more. Yeah, Joe, no, don't quote me on that obviously, but I did see someone say that Wales was a go, so hopefully that is the case. I saw it on Facebook as well, Paul, man, but you know yourself, you can't trust. Some guys are just out for their own good. Nice eel there now for the other up and over trace. I was coming out, I was working today, so I was in a bit of a rush. And I said, you know what, I'll put together a couple of new traces just because the snood's over in the spa when I got dirty. Brian, on the plus side, you get to watch 3 more weeks of me before you get freed. So, yeah, Paul, it did seem like a fairly reliable source, but again, you don't know where he got it from, so hopefully they do get to go ahead. Brendan was saying there, he told him what I saw too. Yeah, Lewis, man, looks like a good one. Looks like a nice reel. I have to say though, I don't use a lot of pin reels. I used to have the old Surfmasters, the 850, and all they did is just put the line under the bottom of the spool on me. Broke my heart regularly. So they did. It would be nice to get guys out fishing again, just for the old mental health side of things. It's good to talk and tell lies about. Lisa, how's it going? I'm over the other side of the bay. I can't give the exact spot, like I was saying there. I got a bit of a favour. A guy rang me up and said he saw some fish swimming here when he was swimming. So said I come over and try it. It's not a place I fished before, so I'm really hoping that there's a few fish here. And he's not just above the house laughing down at me. Which is also possible. I did bring some lug as well. Wait till the tide fills another little bit. I will give it a go. Cheers, Lisa. Hope you're all keeping well above there. Did you see? I didn't see the video, man. I saw the post. A double shot. There's a very, I think they were enjoying each other's company when he caught them. Yeah, I'm hopeful. I fish close to this area, but not this exact spot. But the said lads commented there, Garrett over in Wales, he had a 27-pound double shot, 2 blonde rays. They were getting intimate with each other when he caught them. So he pulled one in all there, one hooked and one not hooked. But years ago in a competition in Tralee Bay, over on there the Tankard, a famous Tralee Bay angler, Jack Lacey, he was chairman for a load of years, had a double skate the same way. They were getting busy and one was hungry obviously, so they took his big mackerel flapper and he got a double skate. Andy, how's it going? I'm on the other bank across from the thing, but like I was saying there to everyone, I was sent the mark by a guy who does a bit of swimming, and he just asked me not to give the name of it, so I won't give out the name. If you saw that, look, can you see that comment there? It's angling Wales, but in Welsh. I'm gonna say pronounced. Joe, is that story? Look, like I was driving to my spot for a while, like, or sorry, I was cycling out it, and you know, it felt good, man. Like I cycled out, I was getting a bit fitter, getting a few fish. I was also battling rats. So I'm gonna get this one on the right in now and get a bit of fresh bait out in it, get some crab, see what's happening. I suppose it'd be handy if I turned you around as well and you'd be able to see it. Amazing Fishing UK, how's it going, man? No dice again. Last one rod. Come on, 2 rods are back. Lee said the plan is raise. But as we know, it doesn't always the plan. I gotta admit, like I said, I got a phone call off a guy who does a bit of swimming, and he said he saw a good few rays from this spot again. But sorry, it's been a few days since he rang me up and told me that. So there's a chance that they're not here anymore, but we're gonna have a go. Simon, it's good to hear, man. Like I said, hopefully there won't be too much longer now. People will be able to get out. I know there's a few guys that watch that their health is giving them a bit of hassle. Richard, you probably do, man. But like I said, if you do, keep it yourself, because like I said, I did get a nice turn to get a call to come here, and he didn't mind me doing a bit of video, and just once I didn't name the beach. But there's a bit more annoying to get to. I was facing a bit of a walk down until he said like to go through his land, which was sound. So I think bottom hook, another big bait. Do you know, I actually thought that the tide would be filling an awful lot quicker, so I might just grab the Flatty Fanatic and stick that out. Norman, how's it going? Alongside the two big ones. I did think it'd fill an awful lot quicker, but it's behaving itself. But I'm amazed still the amount of lads that are interested in the live streams. I know it's only last minute again today, but it's a good bit of fun. But don't forget though, if you are subscribed to the channel, that you hit the notification bell alongside it, because that way then it'll tell you when there's a new video up, or when there's a live stream going to go on, or whatever. I hope to get out a few days this week, if I can at all, because look, we don't know what next week is going to have for us all. And working in the public transport, I really hope that I don't get sick, but realistically it is a possibility, so I'm going to get as much fishing done as I can before then. You might have noticed there, guys, it was only a light lob on the right hand side rod, just because, like I said, the reason I'm out here is because the guy told me he saw him swimming, so I'm not going to go mad way outside him, where outside the depth of a guy swimming, just in the hopes that they're feeding at the back of that dirty water that I can see. A big eel there. Steve, cheers, man. That fella, yeah, it's a dirty, rotten, it's kind of northerly, northeasterly. And it's a pain. The crab action is pretty good today here, because I got broke up on the spa. Same with the lads that fished it the day before. Richard, yeah, man, they're kind of late July. They're kind of talking about knocking a bit of space into it, isn't it? A bit more breeding space for everyone. I know I promised big hooks only today, but I think the Flatty Fanatic has to come out, try for a bass or a big flat. I've only 20 lugs though, so I won't be doing it for the whole time. So don't give out to me. Don't be mad with me. I'm sorry. I can't resist. Not good to see there. I'm sure can you see with the sun. There's still a 2-0. So that's we're still inside the promise. The flounder that gets it have to be dedicated. I really would like to hear one of those rods scream off. Well, you'll be happy to know I'm up to 1.3% of my audience is women. So I'm a good bit off of plaguing people equally yet, but I'm doing my best. I see a couple of this. Martin, how's it going? Paul, I'm not. I got the shackle on there at New Year's Eve. So happily married. I'm told I'm in the honeymoon phase because she's still been nice to me and letting me go fishing. But I'm hopeful that'll last a good while yet. No, I think I'll get the Flatty Fanatic out as well. Put another option on the table. Is if I do get a big fish, it's just, we'll see how it goes. Right, we're going. Huh? Paul, I'll tell you the secret here now in a minute. No, we're back in action. Paul, you were asking, you were saying, is it Corrine? Want to know how I get out fishing so often? I had a very good teacher on the crawling front for that kind of technique. Well, I missed that part, but I was saying I learned off my father, who's a professional. Once he was out playing football with the club, and they won a match. I think it was a fairly insignificant match, but they decided to have a few pints afterwards, which is the tradition. The away team would go back to the home team's sponsor bar and have a couple of pints. Of course, the pints were nice, so the boys stayed out. And myself and one of the lads stayed out all night, got killed, but got very drunk. But Dad came home on the verge of being murdered by the mother, but he brought home a book of poetry from William Shakespeare, or plays and poetry and things. The other fella that was with him brought no book home. He got a bit of a frying pan, an actual frying pan, and Connie got a great hug. I think he even got a fry up in the morning. So always remember to bring back presents if you're going to act the bollocks. See, this is it, Lisa. If you're nice, you're flying. Craig, how's it going? Out doing a bit of fishing. I can't say where because, like I was saying to the, earlier, the guy that told me about the place asked me not to give the name of it. So I'm just fishing away here now. I've got 2 big rods out, and I put out the small rod as well. But there's a bit of weed at the edge. There's the dirty, horrible wind blowing. So I'm hoping at least one of them goes off now. This is getting a bit tedious. So I'll refresh that big baits again, I think. I'll go from there. I'm just slacking off a bit there. I don't think it was a fish, but we'll see. Is my phone ringing? If anyone can text Leonard, I'll give him a shout afterwards. Guys, I'm going to get that one in again there now and see. Just tilt just slightly. I'll get the left-hand rod in. I'm going to keep it fresh, keep the baits fresh, and see if we can attract something anyway. Oh, no joy there. Nicely snagged though. But it looks like my knots weren't too bad this time. So hopefully there's a few fish around now today. If I don't get any fish today, Stephen, no man. Yeah, that's it. It was Shakespeare he got, I think it was. Might have been plays rather than poetry. I'm sure there was some poetry in there. Still at home, you know, in the parents' house. Known as the book that saved my father's life. So he was going to get killed otherwise. I think I'm kind of probably close enough to the rocks here. I had hoped to get here a bit lower in the tide, but work got in the way unfortunately. To see where the rocks exactly were. But we'll have to give it a go. All going well, all looking good. Michael, yeah, it's a great spot, there's no doubt about it. Now, like I said, I have this big bait here, so I'm going to lash this out on the fixed spool, possibly in amongst the rocks, so I might lose that one, but often that's where the fish are, so. There's a seagull hovering every time I take my eye off the car. He's thinking about having a go. But I'm going to go up the estuary with the next one, which might be Thursday evening. But it'll be a late one, maybe 8 o'clock that way, just for an hour. And get a few fish on one of the streams. Because it's a bit embarrassing at the moment. But look, one big fish will make up for all these blanks. Or well, blanks are the big fish anyway. Get a few crab while I'm waiting. I do think we're looking at a bit of a different bit of weather tomorrow. Here, we're glad to get that east out of the place. And that finally does go. But it is nice to get sand under the tail, yeah. Jimmy, how's it going? Oh, I was hoping for a ray, but it's totally different conditions than when he saw them here. But no crabs, thank God. You'll have to hit the notification button as well and see does that bell do anything for me. When I finally do get back to a bit of match fishing, I'll have no bother with the one rod rather than running around after three. I'm really hoping that one just takes off. Anyone know at this stage? So what I'm going to do is get that fixed spool in. Again, nothing really doing on it. Did get fish. I'm going to get that in and get it back out again. I ain't going to cast from this side though, just so I don't smash everything. Professionalism. How many people? 100. Ow. Second serve. Oh, lads. That was a good one now. I wouldn't mind, I was kind of winding up going, you're a bit close to the other line. Now I could turn around and blame the reel and say, oh my god, the bail arm flicked back over. But simply put, I was more worried about the camera, the line and everything else. And I never even flicked over the bail arm. So that's how I break rods and things. No messing around. On the plus side, the second cast did go a nice little distance, so if I'm not in the rocks, hopefully I'm in amongst the fish. Paul, actually, you know, you're going to get a good laugh out of this. I was standing at the water and I was just thinking to myself, I must say to the lads that Paul was a former Irish record. That's another thing I was thinking of as I was winding up. Instead of thinking about my actual cast, thinking about talking through my arse. How far was that cast again, Paul? Let us know. I know, Anthony, 100 people. Oh, lads. I wouldn't mind. I said, you know what, I'll give it a good poke as well now. Typical. No fear that it would have frozen there where that was going to happen. It counts as one for the blooper reel anyway. So guys, what is it? Yeah, Jason, man, I nearly cast out my stand on the first cast of the first live stream. It just caught the edge of it. Michael, you've no idea the thought I have to put into not swearing. It would have to be good. I'm just going to give it 2 minutes there, guys. I'm going to move the car, so that this will probably cut out, and I'll be back on in less than 5 minutes. So grab a cup of tea, and like I said, I'm going to move the truck and get it just a bit safer. So grab a cup of tea, and I'll be back in 5 minutes.